Hello guys, Ivan here, and in this video we are going to take a look side-by-side comparison between the new C Class and facelifted E Class. So these are two new models which are basically next to each other in the segment lineup. The smaller one is the A Class sedan, but that one is front-wheel drive. We have also CLA Coupe, and here we have the C Class, and this is E Class facelift. So this was really requested by you guys to see next to each other. C Class and E Class. Many told me that they want to see that, so here we are, because in some cases they can have very similar price. Alright guys, and if you appreciate this comparison side by side, then let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell and turn on all notifications so you're notified for all new videos coming to the channel. So I think this is good comparison to see them side by side, because so many people actually consider one of these models to get. So here you can see comparison side by side. E-Class facelift here in this particular case is plug-in hybrid and C-Class is mild hybrid. So the E-Class has a higher ground clearance. So as you can see with close-up, the ride height is higher, and that's because of the plug-in hybrid. Otherwise it would be lower, as you can see here on the C Class, which is lower. This is not possible to lower because it doesn't have airmatic, this particular car, but yeah, this was the car which was in stock, so that's why I'm comparing these two. Both have AMG line package, as you can see. The C Class has new AMG style package and the E Class has facelifted new package. So the E Class still has the diamond pin grille, as you can see here, which is really nice. And the C Class has these MB stars in the grille, so they look more modern, more fresh. Little stars in the grille. Also, if you take a look at the grilles, they are both in the A shape, so they are wider at the bottom, but the one on the C Class is more aggressive. So as you can see here, we have A-shape front bumper. This one is more aggressive than the one on the E Class, so it's much more AMG like. Also from the side you can see the bumper is much more aggressive on the C Class. Also the whole car looks more aggressive and more sporty like. So the headlights have one LED stripe, and C Class has one dot here, but E Class has two dots with LEDs. Here you can see them, 1 and 2, so next to each other. Also the LED stripe is more angular, more sharp. Here is a little bit less on the angle. So on the E Class we have high-tech silver, and on the C Class we have a more dark graphite gray metallic. Alright, so now we can take a look from the rear. So we can see we have now horizontal tail lamps, here with one LED bar, LED stripe, and here with two stripes. In the previous iteration of these cars, they were both vertical on the side of the car, not on the fifth door, on the trunk. Also exhaust tips, as you can see on the E Class, they are more angular, more sharp, and these are more squared. They are also larger on the C Class than on the E Class. Also they stick out a little bit more from the C Class, as you can see. They stick out a little bit more, and on the E Class stick out a little bit less. In similar fashion we have engine variants on the left side of the both cars, and if they have 4MATIC, that's on the right side. Here we don't have 4MATIC with the C Class, but you can get it. That's based on the options. Also in terms of the diffuser on the C Class has 4 fins, and on the E Class has 2 fins. Overall, if I'm looking at the car from first glance, you think they look same, but when you look more, you can see that the C Class is smaller car. They are very close, but you can see that the E Class is larger. It has more mass, it's a larger vehicle. So now talking about the dimensions, the E Class is wider Try to guess how much. Can you see the difference? The E-Class is wider, 32 millimeters, that's 1.2 inches. So not a huge difference, but the difference is there. But when you are looking at the cars next to each other, you cannot really see that 1 inch of a difference, because it's proportional, half an inch on each side of the vehicle, you can say. So not as big of a difference. And talking about the height, yes, the plug-in hybrid here is taller, but overall, even if it's not taller, the E-Class is more tall than the C-Class, 30 millimeters, also 1.2 inches, so it's more tall. Here is even more visible because this one is plug-in hybrid, the E-Class. So 172 millimeters or 6.8 inches is the difference in the length of the vehicles. So quite significant difference, but looking at it, you can see I try to line up them exactly. It's difficult to show on the camera, but they are, to my eyes, they are at the same at the front. Same, see, they are. Maybe the C-Class is a little bit more in the front, but not much. I try to go forward backwards to make it as close as possible, as straight as possible. And in the rear also, can you see, they are similar. E-Class is 17 centimeters, 172 millimeters, so that's 17 centimeters and 2 millimeters, 6.8 inches is the difference. So in terms of the wheelbase, the E-Class has a larger wheelbase, 74 millimeters or 3 inches larger. So here you can see, if you go more forward, you can see the E-Class has slightly larger wheelbase. So difference between the C-Class and E-Class is that C-Class engine variants all are mild hybrid, and with the E-Class you have some plug-in hybrids and some mild hybrids, as the performance mild hybrid, the E53. Now looking at the interior, you can see that the C-Class has all new interior. It's like a baby S-Class because it has this portrait screen. So here you can see we have fully electric seats. They are also heated. They have now capacitive buttons for the seat control. And here you can see the new steering wheel. The same is in the E-Class, but we have now the configuration here as with the S-Class. So you can see the display, 12.3 inch screen. Same size in the E-Class, but here it's individual, and also we have individual here portrait screen for the central display. And you can see this curved middle tunnel. Also air vents have new design, as well as this new central panel. Also here this part for the panoramic roof is from the S-Class. So this is really like a small S-Class, baby S-Class, really modern looking. And the whole dashboard is turned 6 degrees towards the driver, also the display, so you feel really cozy here. And in terms of the seats, we have this new style of the seat with this headrest. Also at the rear we have more room in the C-Class. So now let's check the interior of the E-Class. So here with the E-Class you can see we have soft closed doors. So here you can see that with the facelift it got modernized. So we have MBUX system, new steering wheel. Let's close the doors. Soft close mechanism. Controls for the seats are same as it was before. And here you can see the new steering wheel. I will just move it a little bit. It's possible to move it electronically. Okay. And here you can see the new steering wheel, the same as in the C-Class and S-Class. But in comparison with C-Class, here we have two horizontal displays together. So these are 12.3 inch screens, both of these screens. So here with central screen you can control navigation and other things, here with the touchpad. You have some side buttons here as well, and air vents are below the display. Central panel, controls for the AC, which are here with buttons, and in the C Class for the AC it's touch oriented. So comparison, the E-Class feels more roomier inside, so I have more space. So definitely when I'm sitting inside of the E-Class here, I can feel that I have more space. It's more airy here. We don't have panoramic roof in this model, but you can get it for any model. And these are the seats, same styling as before. They are really comfortable and they hug you really nicely. They are super plush. So yeah, that's the difference here. Let me know which interior do you like more. The interior in the C Class looks more modern, but this one is really nice too. I really like this one as well. Alright, so now let's check the rear. Here you can see the interior. So I set the seat as I would drive, and I'm just going to turn this off here, soft close. Alright guys, so here, sitting at the rear of the vehicle, we can compare the seating position. I set the seat as I would be sitting. So here I have, when I sit relaxed, my left leg is touching here. It's comfortable. So here the seat is cut out to give you more room here for your legs, and overall here you can see you have some space here. Also for my feet I have more room. Overall the interior is spacious. Here we have armrest, ISOFIX for child seat. So yeah, so decent room here, I would say. So now let's check the C Class. Alright guys, and now let's check the seating on the rear with the C Class. Alright, so sitting here, I feel like I have same amount of the space, if not more actually. I would say a little bit more in the C Class than in the E Class. So that's interesting as well. So here you can see my left leg is touching here, this floating part in the doors. It's comfortable, and here I have a little bit more, not by much, maybe 1 inch more space than in the E-Class. Not by much, it's really like, it's about the same, but I feel like I have a little bit more, not much. So as you can see here, quite roomy. So I would say it's similar, if not the same, maybe tiny bit more here in the C Class, but not a huge difference. And you have also this armrest, which also is large, ISOFIX for child seat. So now let's check the boot space, boot capacity. Alright, so now let's check the boot space. So 455 liters is the boot space here in the C Class. You can see it's quite large. We cannot do full comparison because here in the plug-in hybrid of the E-Class we have this jump. So here are the batteries. So this one is lower. However, if you don't have plug-in hybrid, then you have a larger boot than in the C Class, 540 liters. So that's 85 liters more in the E-Class than in the C Class. So boot capacity is definitely advantage here in the E-Class, but if you don't have a plug-in hybrid. So in the new C Class, the plug-in hybrids will not have this jump anymore. It will be straight in the trunk, which is very good. And you can close both of these trunks electronically with the button. Alright guys, and if you appreciate this comparison side by side, then let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell and turn on all notifications so you're notified for all new videos coming to the channel.